Before I update you guys on my week 3 of Camp NaNoWriMo, I just want to stop and talk about a book that I just finished last night because I just really need to talk about it with someone. And that book is I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. And I went through so many feelings while I was reading this book. Now obviously if you guys are friends with me on Goodreads, you will know that I did start this quite a while ago. I think I started like almost a month ago, and obviously I was enjoying it. Like I really enjoyed the beginning of it and everything like that, but because I wanted to do Camp NaNoWriMo, I couldn't really consume any other media. I don't know why, that just happens with me sometimes. Like if I'm working on a project, I have to be completely absorbed in that project. Anyway, having that said, I did really want to read this last night, and I actually sped through the second half of the book all last night. I stayed up really late. Basically, I just want to go on the record and say that this is my favorite classic of all time. And I know that up until now, Jane Eyre was always my classic, but while I was reading this, I kept sort of weighing the two up in my head, like not comparing them, but I have these slots in my head of my top books. And when I first read this book, I was like, wow, I'm actually really enjoying this book. I think it might be in my top 10. And then as I was like reading the second half of the book, towards the end, I was like, yeah, this beats Jane Eyre. I'm sorry, like I love Jane Eyre and I really enjoy Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre is one of those books that I just keep thinking about, but I think this book just beats it. I love everything about this book. It is a very, I don't want to say sad, but it's a very melancholy type book. Obviously this isn't a book review because I still have yet to figure out how I want to talk about this coherently, but by the time this video goes up, I will hopefully have a book review for it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it written or video, but that will be linked down below. Just to give you guys an idea of how much I love this book, I read the last few pages 7 times this morning, and I actually memorized the last line because I'm insane apparently. Anyway, moving on to the real reason why I wanted to do this video, and that is obviously to talk about my week 3 of Camp NaNoWriMo. Now week 3 was obviously an up and down thing for me. I think this is just going to be a thing whenever I'm writing apparently. Not only brain wise but like writing wise as well. I did get up to 10,000 words on Saturday. I finally reached 10,000 words this morning. Fairy tale episodes was a really big motivator for me. I think I watched like 8 episodes, and now I am heading to the beach to see Emily because we are going to go Pokemon hunting. And I was very proud of myself about that because I didn't think that I could be as disciplined as I have been within this month about my writing. Like even if there were days where I was so tired and I just wanted to watch YouTube videos, I forced myself to write at least 400 words every single day, and I'm very surprised I could do that. But anyway, having said that, I did talk to a few people within the week, and it got me to realize that maybe I don't want to work on this story anymore. And I think I've vocalized it in the past that I was never really completely happy with my plot. Obviously, I still like the theme that I wanted to discuss in my story, and I think whatever story I come up with next, I will incorporate that theme and that concept in it somehow, because it's one of those things that are always in the back of my mind. And I really do enjoy my character that I created. I created her for the past 8 months, so I really do want to build a whole world and a whole story around her. I just don't think this is the story for right now. And to be completely honest, without blaming anyone on it, I think the reason I came up with this plot is because there is a scene in the story that people have told me to write for about 2 years now, and so I think that got in my brain that I needed to write this scene. So I don't feel like I'm creating my own story. I feel like I have to work around a certain scene. It's almost like I have to work around a certain barrier in order to make that shape work. Basically, I just felt restricted in a weird way, even though this is all my project and I'm not really doing this for anyone. I felt like that for some reason. So I think I wrote the scene, and hopefully that means that it is out of my brain and I can start fresh. And all throughout the week I was actually struggling with the question of whether I'm just being lazy or if I'm actually not feeling the idea anymore. I still don't completely know if this is just me giving up or this is me actually being like, no, I don't really want to work on this idea anymore. Let me know how you guys feel about those questions and what you guys do if you do get into that kind of roadblock. Yeah, let me know down below, and I hope the rest of you guys have had a great Camp NaNoWriMo week, and yeah.